Patreon.com/shadesandtrades if you want to join the private Discord for trade alerts. Cool, thanks, man. I made over 50%. I'm really excited. Advice on when to buy and sell makes the difference of thousands of dollars. So again, patreon.com/shadesandtrades for trade alerts. How I created a strategy and how you can create your own strategy for 2027 and beyond. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the matrix of creating your own trading strategy. So the purple line strategy, I was watching Seinfeld. This one's easy. I know some of you are going to laugh at how easy and how dumb this strategy is, but essentially what I did was I was looking at the stock market, I was studying the charts, and I was watching Seinfeld, specifically the episode where George Costanza and Jerry Seinfeld get into a stock together.
This is incredible. I'm getting it.
You're getting what?
A stock.
What stock?
And Jerry Seinfeld couldn't handle the pain of being in the red, so he took the loss.
Look, I'm going to Vermont. I don't want to think about this. I'm selling.
And those of you who know the episode, George Costanza made out like a bandit.
I'm just curious, how much did you clear on your little transaction there, all told?
I don't like to discuss figures.
How much?
I don't know, what, 8,000. It's a Hyundai. Get out. I told you not to sell.
It's at that moment that I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, the market does fluctuate. It does fluctuate. Yeah, it does go up and down. Okay, so there, we get huge hype cycles and then we get huge crash cycles. Is there like a way to take advantage of that, of these fluctuations up and down, right? Because you don't want to be the Jerry Seinfeld. You don't want to be the dummy that takes a loss because you're scared, because you don't know what the hell you're looking at or doing. George Costanza got lucky. He was just like, I'm just going to hold it all the way down. I don't care. But ultimately, you look at this chart here. I'm showing you a chart on CLSK, the daily time frame, right? And what do you see? You see a line, and that line is purple. And I remember looking through these moving averages. I went to the indicator sector, and I looked at the weighted moving average, the EMA, and the MA. You can see here, if you want to copy them, take a look if you're going to follow, if you're going to follow me here during this video. I looked at these three, I slapped all of them on my chart, and I just looked at each one of them, and I was like, is it just me, or does the price like to kind of fluctuate around these lines, right? They're arbitrary lines, but it seems to me like they go up and down around these lines. And then from there, I kind of had to figure out, well, why does this work? Why? What is this? Why is this possible? Why does this, why does the price always come back down to this line? Why? And then eventually I was like, okay, seems to me like the 200 moving average, doesn't matter which type it is, it seems to me like the stock loves to go around that particular number, right? It's very reliable long term. It just goes around up to 24, goes under these lines to $8, then goes back above those lines to 18, then drops to $6-7, and then it goes huge to 23. And so you can see the thought process. You can see with the thought process, right? Like, it just, these lines, wow, they're just lines on the chart, but somehow it, like, is there a strategy here? And slowly but surely I kind of put it together, like, if stocks are just going to go up and down around these lines, then obviously I don't want to be buying up here, right? Because then I'm buying high. I'm buying when it's expensive. And if I'm buying under these lines, I'm buying cheap, right? Because if you buy up here, you're buying at like $17 to $20. If you're buying down here under these lines, you're buying at around $8 to $11, right? And it's buy low, sell high. Right? So wait a minute. Would I rather be the one buying at 17 or 20, or be the guy buying at $8 to $11? Right? Like, I would rather be the one buying at $8 to $11, because every time it does come down to these levels here under these lines, it always goes back to like 17 to 20s. So if I'm buying at 17 and 20, I'm pretty much buying the high. and probably bag holding all the way down to these arbitrary lines, right? And so that's my thought process as I was developing my strategy. I'm like,
Told you not to sell.
You did not tell me not to sell.
I said the market fluctuates, remember?
Look, Vanessa, of course the market fluctuates. Everybody knows that. I just got fluctuated out of $4,000. $4,000. $4,000. $4,000.
you know, we're not going to time the bottom with these lines, but we're going to get a good entry point. We're at least not buying the top, right? By buying at these lines or underneath these lines, we are not buying the top. We are making sure we're not buying high and bag hold it all the way down. So that's the first thing that I realized. I'm like, wait a minute, when you buy at these lines, you're buying at a discount from highs, right? And if you're always buying at these arbitrary lines, you at least avoid buying the top. Because these lines are never at the top, right? This is the top. The lines are down here. This is the top. The lines are down here. This is the top. These are the lines. So you're never gonna buy the top if you follow the lines, right? And so yeah, it took a long time, guys. I make it sound like it happened immediately. No, this was over the course of months. Like, do a lot of studying and just trying to figure out, like, just how do I make this work? It's better to stick to good old stocks. But there you go, guys. That is the lesson there for development, how I developed the purple line strategy, and how I figured out that you got to be like George Costanza and not have a stop loss. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.
And I take my chance. Risk is